We'll begin this practice by tuning into our breath. Allow the inhale to come through the nose and the exhale to exit from the nose. Finding a nice, steady rhythm that's comfortable and balanced. Allowing the breath to guide you to a place of stillness. Take a few more breath cycles here, tuning into your own natural rhythm, and allowing everything else to drop away. The mind becomes clear, and we arrive fully present within our bodies. From here, we'll open up our sacred space with the sound of 3 ohms together. Take a full breath cycle to prepare, inhaling together and exhaling fully. And inhale for the sound of Om. And allowing the silence that follows the Om to guide you deeper into a place of internal silence. And cultivating that energy of stillness as we begin our practice. And coming back to the breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Consciously moving the breath in and out of the body. And I invite you to deepen the breath, inviting the breath down into the belly, feeling the belly expand with the inhale and contract with the exhale. Again, inhale into the belly, breath expands and fills your space. And an exhale, we empty completely. A few more times like that, inhaling into every cell of your body. Breath expands the belly. And exhale, drawing the belly in to push all the breath out. A few more times. On your last cycle, emptying the breath completely and returning to your natural conscious breathing. We'll prepare for 3-part yogic breath, Dirga Pranayama. For this pranayama practice, the breath moves in 3 parts, into the belly, up into the diaphragm, and into the chest. You may place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest to help feel that cycle of the breath moving in 3 parts up and down the body. So to begin, exhale the breath completely. And then take an inhale into the belly. Let the breath rise up into the diaphragm and into the chest. Pause at the top. And then exhale fully from the chest, the diaphragm, and the belly. Pausing again at the bottom. Another full cycle, breathe into the belly. Breath rises up into the diaphragm and into the chest. You pause in stillness. And then an exhale completely from the chest, the diaphragm, the belly draws all the way in to push the breath out. We pause and then begin our next cycle. Breathe in, breath rises up the body. Breathe out, breath washes back down the body, cleansing every cell. 3 more times on your own. Big breath in, feel the breath rise up to the top. And full breath out for complete release. Last 2 on your own. Completing your last cycle to push every drop of air out of your body. You can release your hands back down to your thighs or your lap. And return to your natural breathing. Just drawing awareness to any shifts or changes that have occurred from inviting in this focus to our breaths. And here we'll cultivate a nice, strong, balanced breath to invite into the rest of our practice. So finding the breath into the belly expands. And an exhale, drawing the belly in. And adjusting as needed so that the inhales and exhales become the same length, equal energy of both giving and receiving. We'll begin our warm-up by inviting in some movement to link with this breath. First, we'll begin by just bringing our head in some circles or half circles. You can drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Allow the chin to roll down into the chest and bringing the left ear over to the left shoulder. And we'll reverse that motion, bringing the chin back down into the chest. And right ear comes back over to the right shoulder. And again, chin rolls down, left ear towards the left shoulder. And continue on your own, exploring places of tension, any places that feel congested in the neck, the shoulders, the chest. Make sure we're dropping the shoulders down away from the ears. And as you discover any area that feels perhaps extra tense or tight, you can pause there. Invite an extra breath to fill that space, helping to release any built-up tension. Whether it's tension that's accumulated in the physical body from our movements or patterns, or whether it's thoughts that are accumulating the tension in your shoulders or neck. You can iron all of those thoughts out, iron the tension out with just simple breath and movement. Make sure to end on the opposite side you started on, so left ear coming over to the left shoulder. And then you can rise back up through center, finding a nice tall spine, grounded and rooted through our seat. Relax through the hips, relax through the knees. Slight activation of the belly so that the spine is supported. We can sit up nice and tall, lifting up from the crown of the head. Shoulders release and relax down away from the ears so the neck is long. On your next inhale, we'll bring the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, release the right hand down beside the right hip. Take an inhale, reach up through the left fingertips. And exhale, gently leaning over to the right side. We'll find 5 breaths here. So finding your own pace, breathing in and out. Just gently inviting the breath into places of the body that feel stagnant. And using the breath to warm up any of those places so that we may find more freedom of movement, of motion, of expression within our bodies. Find your last exhale here. And on your inhale, rise back up through center, arms reach up to the sky. And exhale, release the left hand down beside the left hip. Take an inhale, reach up through the right fingertips, finding length. And then gently exhale, leaning over to the left. And softening into the left elbow. So using that hand as support so we can root down and rise up more throughout the side body. Keeping the core active to support the length of the spine as we stretch laterally here. A few more breath cycles on your own. Finding a nice long line of energy from your seat all the way through the right fingertips. And last breath in, full breath out. Inhale, rise up, both arms up to the sky. The arms long and strong, lifting. And then exhale, we'll take a twist to the right. Left hand can come to the right knee. Right hand comes behind you. Take an inhale, finding length up through the spine. And then exhale, gently twist. Perhaps the gaze moves over towards the right shoulder. And we find the breath here. A few cycles on your own. Using the inhale to find more length and space for the spine. And using the exhale to find a deeper twist. We're still warming up here, so no need to force anything. Just allowing the breath to assist the body in its natural unfolding. Complete your exhale. On your inhale, rise all the way back up through center. Arms reach up to the sky. And exhale, we'll take a twist to the left. Right hand comes to the left knee. Left hand comes behind you. Take an inhale. The breath rises up the spine. We find length. And then exhale. Release the breath from the belly as we twist. Find broadness across the chest here. And allow the gaze to find a comfortable place. So whether that's forward, neutral, or over the left shoulder. We breathe. And last exhale here. On your next inhale, we'll come back up through center, arms reach up to the sky. And exhale, take a forward fold here. Allow the hands to come down to the earth. Slowly walk the fingertips out and softening down into a forward fold. And again, these are our warm-ups. So being gentle with yourself as we just discover and bring awareness into deeper places of our body. Stay with your breath here. Relax the head, the neck, the shoulders. Relax through the hips, the knees, the low back. Expand the breath into all corners of your body. Find a full breath in and a full breath out. On your inhale, option to walk the hands in and roll the spine up, or activate the core and come up with a flat back. We'll reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, hands circle back behind you. Plant the palms behind the hips. Just taking a gentle counter stretch, leaning back onto the palms to lift the heart up. Take a big inhale into the chest for a full expansion. And then exhale, gently release your back bend. And we'll switch the crossing of the legs, crossing the other leg in front to find balance and symmetry in our physical form. Take a breath in, reach the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, coming back down into a seated forward fold. Hands support your journey, grounding into the earth and gently walking them forward a little bit more if you have the space. Sitting bones stay rooted in the mat. And we find softness where we can. Take another full breath here. And perhaps an exhale through the mouth, a gentle sigh. And on your next inhale, again, the option to walk the hands in, rolling the spine up for a gentle variation, or reaching the arms all the way up to the sky, coming up with a flat back. And bringing the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come behind you, plant the palms behind the hips. We'll take an inhale for our counter stretch, lifting the heart up and expanding the breath into that space. Good, and we'll exhale, releasing the back bend, releasing our legs, and we'll come into all fours, facing the top of your mat. So coming onto the hands and knees. We're setting up our foundation here. So stacking the shoulders over the wrists, spreading the fingers nice and wide, planting the palms into the mat, feeling that connection with the earth beneath you, that grounding force, that stability, bringing the hips over the knees, and tops of the feet pressing down into the earth. And finding our breath linked to movement here. Bringing fluidity into the spine. We'll take an inhale, arch the spine, and look up into cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine, chin comes to the chest, tuck the tail, coming into cat pose. And again, inhale, arching the spine, gazing upwards. Exhale, rounding the spine, navel draws all the way up and in to push the breath out. Inhale into our cow pose, stretching the front of the body, heart scoops between the shoulders. And exhale, rounding, expanding into the back body. And taking a few more cycles like that on your own. Connecting with the harmony of breath and movement as one. So perhaps you even close your eyes here to tune in deeper to these subtleties. To turn your gaze a little bit more inward. And as you look inside and discover any places of stagnation or congestion, I invite you to bring some movement into those places. So feeling free to express your body and breath in whatever form that may take right here. You can move from side to side, make circles with the body, circles with the head and neck, the shoulders, the hips. Bringing awareness to every aspect of your being. And allowing the breath to move into every corner of your body so that we start to feel a little bit more fluid, a little bit more spacious. And as the spine begins to feel more supple, we can balance out any last movements and start to make our way back to neutral, finding tabletop, all fours. From here, let's go ahead and bring the knees together. On your inhale, extend the right leg back behind you. If you'd like a bit more of a challenge, you can extend the left arm forward as well. And again, we'll find our breath and movement here. Take an inhale. And an exhale, bring the knee to the chest or the knee to the elbow. And again, inhale, lengthening, reaching from fingertip to toe tip. Exhale, contracting, knee to chest or to the elbow. 3 more times. Inhale for length. Let the breath guide the movement. Exhale, drawing it in. Inhale, lengthen, expand, and exhale, contract. Last one, inhaling, and exhaling. Allow the inhale to extend the right leg back behind you. You can exhale, release the left arm down if it's lifted. And we'll release the right toes over to the left side. Coming down onto the ball of the foot, heel stays lifted. We'll take an inhale for length. And an exhale, gently gaze over the left shoulder towards your right heel. And we'll hold here for a couple breaths, so allowing the breath to continue its flow. And with that, the body can continue its natural expansion. So the right thighs engaged, we're actively pushing the right heel back and breathing deeply all along the right side body. Keep the elbows soft, your gaze soft, and we'll take one more breath cycle here. On your next inhale, we'll bring the right leg back up through center. And exhale, releasing to tabletop, bringing the knees together. Do the same thing on the left side. So as you're ready, take an inhale, bring the left leg back behind you. And exhale to stay here. Or if you'd like a bit more of a challenge, the right arm reaches forward. So body's in one long line of energy from fingertip to toe tip. Take an inhale here. And exhale, draw it all together, rounding the spine, knee to chest. And again, inhale, left leg extends, right arm reaches forward. Exhale, curling in, round the spine, empty the breath. Inhale for length. Exhale, contract. Last 2, inhale, exhale. Inhale, left leg energizes back. Exhale, curls in. Good. Inhale, left leg reaches back. Exhale, you can release the right hand back down to the earth. We'll release the left toes over to the right side. Ball of the foot comes down, heel stays lifted. Take an inhale for length. And exhale, gently looking over the right shoulder. We try to keep the hips level here. So notice if the left hip's dropping down. Try to lift it up in line with the right hip. Activate the left thigh. Push the left heel back. And breathe. Each breath, finding more space in the left side of the body. And last breath out. We'll inhale the left leg back up through center. And exhale, release to tabletop. Take a breath here to pause and reset. Again, finding your foundation in this shape. And on your next inhale, we'll take the right arm all the way up to the sky. Stay here for your exhale. And take another breath, pressing down into the left palm and lengthening up through the right fingertips. Big breath in. And exhale, we'll thread the needle and bring the right arm in between, coming down onto the right cheek. Okay, the hips stay lifted here over the knees. Core is gently activated. You can stay here in this arm variation, or you may reach the left arm forward, tinting the fingertips. Or if a half bind is in your practice, you may wrap the left arm behind the low back, reaching for the right thigh. Very little pressure coming down here onto the neck to make sure we're pressing down into the tops of the feet, keeping those hips lifted and the core strong. So we may focus the stretch on our shoulders and chest. If you're in a bind, you can start to slowly release that. Bring the left hand back down to the earth. Press down into the left palm. And on your inhale, unwind, reach the right arm all the way up to the sky. And exhale, release, tabletop. Inhale, bringing the left arm up to the sky. Stay here as you exhale, feeling that expansion from right palm to left fingertips. Take a big breath across the chest, reaching up. And exhale, thread the needle. Left arm reaches through. Come down onto the left cheek very gently. Checking our alignment once more. Making sure the shape feels supported and stable before moving on to any different variations. So option to stay here or reaching the right arm forward, tenting the fingertips. And coming back into that half bind variation with the right arm reaching behind the low back, reaching for the top of the left thigh. And a couple breaths. Always returning to focusing on the inhale and exhale to guide you back into the present moment, to clear the mind, and to fully arrive. If you're in a bind, slowly release the right arm, bringing the palm back down to the earth. And on your next inhale, press down into the right palm. We'll reach the left arm all the way back up to the sky. And exhale to tabletop, all fours. Take a breath here. Spreading our fingers wide, checking our alignment. On your next inhale, shift forward slightly so that the shoulders come forward of the wrists. Then exhale, lowering the chin and chest to the earth, elbows tuck in towards the ribs. Inhale into low cobra, reaching the heart gently up, extending the legs. And exhale, press into the palms, shift your hips back into child's pose. Hips come to the heels. For child's pose, the knees can be together or big toes touching and knees wide apart. And as we land in this first child's pose, really settle into this shape. You can move your hips a little bit side to side. Feeling the lower back start to soften, the head, neck, and shoulders soften. And this is the shape that we can return to at any point in our practice to reconnect to the breath, reconnect to our intention, and drop back into what's present. Breathe in, breathe out. From child's pose, we'll walk the hands over to the right side. Perhaps the left palm crosses on top of the right. And activate through the palms, as well as keeping the hips nice and heavy on the heels. So we can feel that stretch all the way along the left side of the body. Head, neck, and shoulders can soften. And continue to breathe here. As you're ready, you can walk your hands back through center, back to neutral, reestablishing the length of the spine. And then we'll walk the hands over to the left side. This time, perhaps the right palm crossing on top of the left. Finding length from our sitting bones all the way through our fingertips. And softening any tension in the head, neck, and shoulders. And allowing the breath to facilitate that softening. As you're ready, you can make your way back to child's pose, walking the hands back through center. Bring the spine to neutral. From here, we'll begin to make our way into downward facing dog. So spread through the fingertips, press into the palms. On your inhale, shift forward into tabletop. Curl your toes under, and exhale, lift the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. So this is our inverted V shape. We keep our fingers spread nice and wide, palms active into the earth, and drawing the energy up the forearms, up the spine, all the way up through the tailbone. Hips are lifting, and then energy flowing down the backs of the legs as the heels ground towards the earth. Gentle activation of the belly, keeping the lift and length of the spine. And this may require a little bit more effort and awareness to the breath now that we're inverted. So coming back to that balanced breath, bringing symmetry to the inhale and the exhale, inviting the breath to travel all the way down to your fingers, all the way down to your toes. Our whole body is active and working in this shape. And we'll take a few more breaths here to go through any warm-ups that feel good. Perhaps pedaling the feet, bending one knee, dropping the opposite heel, and then switching sides as you're ready. You can do that a couple times, also getting the hips involved, giving them a little shift from side to side. And perhaps we give the head a couple shakes, freeing up any extra tension in the neck. And when you've balanced out any movements on both sides, you can return back to neutral, downward facing dog. Turn to a strong, balanced breath. And then slowly we'll walk the feet up towards the hands, making your way into a standing forward fold at the top of your mat. It's our first standing forward fold. So being gentle here, it's a great idea to keep the knees softly bent to relieve any pressure from the lower back. You can relax the head, neck, and shoulders here and just allow the whole upper body to hang nice and heavy. Perhaps you take hold of opposite elbows and gently sway side to side. Just allowing for that decompression of the spine. You can give the head a couple shakes here as well. Letting go where you can. Release the elbows if they're bound. Keep the whole upper body heavy, knees soft, and on your inhale, we'll slowly roll up one vertebra at a time until we Rise all the way up into standing mountain pose, Tadasana. You can lift the shoulders up to your ears and exhale, release them down the back. Palms facing forward, heart open, breath full. From Samastitihi, take an inhale. And exhale, bring the palms together in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, fold forward here. Inhale, step the right foot back. Exhale, release the right knee down to the earth. Take an inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky for low lunge. Exhale, release the hands down to the earth, framing the left foot. Step back to plank pose. Take an inhale here. And exhale, lower your knees, your chest, your chin. Inhale into cobra, lifting the heart up and through. Exhale, pushing back onto the knees, curl the toes under, lift the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward between the hands. Exhale, lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up into low lunge, expanding upwards. Exhale, release the hands down to frame the right foot. Curl the left toes under, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, engage the core, rising all the way up with the flat back, arms up to the sky. And exhale, release into Tadasana, Samastitihi, palms facing forward. Inhale here. Exhale, join the palms together in front of the heart. Do the same thing on the left side. Inhale, arms come up to the sky, gaze may follow. Exhale, folding forward here. Inhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat. Exhale, lower the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Gaze may follow. Exhale, release the hands down to frame the right foot. Curl the left toes under and step the right foot to meet the left for plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower knees, chest, and chin. Inhale to cobra. Lift the heart up, lengthen through the tailbone. And exhale for downward facing dog, curling the toes, lifting the hips up to the sky. Inhale, left foot steps forward between the hands. Back knee lowers, toes untuck, exhale. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to frame the left foot. Curl the right toes under, step forward, forward fold. Strong core, take an inhale to rise all the way back up to standing, arms up to the sky. And exhale, release to Tadasana, Samastitihi. Move through that a couple more times, this time one breath, one movement. Inhale here. Exhale, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the right foot back to low lunge. Knee comes down, arms reach all the way up to the sky. Retain the breath, hands come down to frame the left foot. Step back to plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale to cobra pose, lifting the heart up, lengthen. Exhale to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Inhale, right foot steps forward, left knee lowers, arms reach up for low lunge. Exhale, hands come down to the earth, framing the right foot. Step forward, forward fold. And we'll inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms reach up to the sky, spiral the heart up, and exhale to Tadasana, palms facing forward. Inhale, exhale, hands together in front of the heart. Inhale, arms come all the way up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot steps to the back of the mat. Lower the left knee, low lunge, arms up to the sky, heart lifts. Retain the breath, hands come down, step back to plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra pose, heart lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward between the hands, back knee comes down, arms lift up to low lunge. Exhale, hands come down to the earth, curl the right toes under and step forward into forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Strong core, lifted heart. Exhale, release, Tadasana. Samastitihi, palms facing forward. One more time on each side. Inhale. Exhale, join the palms together. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky, gaze up. Exhale, standing forward fold, coming down. Inhale, step the right foot back to low lunge, lower the knee, lift the heart, arms come up. Retain the breath, hands come back down to the earth as we step back to plank pose. And exhale, lower knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra, lifting the heart up. Exhale, downward facing dog, lifting the hips up towards the sky. Inhale, right foot steps forward into low lunge. Back knee lowers, arms reach up. Exhale, hands come down to the earth, framing the foot. We'll step forward to standing forward fold. Inhale, rise up with the flat back, strong core, press down through the feet to rise up. And exhale, release, Samastitihi in mountain pose. Inhale here. Exhale, hands in Anjali Mudra. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, standing forward fold, coming down with a flat back. Inhale, step the left foot back to low lunge. Knee comes down, heart lifts up, arms come up. Retain the breath, hands come down. We step back to plank pose. And with a long exhale, knees, chest, chin, elbows tuck into the ribs. And we'll inhale, cobra pose, lift the heart up and through. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward between the hands. Back knee lowers. Inhaling all the way up into our low lunge. And exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. We step forward, standing forward fold. Press down through the feet. Inhale, rising up with the flat back. Lengthen. And exhale, release into Tadasana, Samastitihi. Take an inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, fold forward here into standing forward fold. And take the feet a little bit wider, about hips distance apart. Come into a gentle twist here. So planting the left hand down into the center, wrist beneath the shoulder, and take an inhale, reaching the right arm all the way up to the sky. And we invite in a little bend into the left knee. And feel openness and spaciousness across the chest, rooting down into the left fingertips, left palm, and reaching all the way up through the right. And allow the breath to expand into all those spaces. Good, let's take one more inhale here. And exhale, release the right hand down to the earth. We'll switch sides. Right wrist comes underneath the right shoulder. And inhale reaches the left arm all the way up to the sky. Gaze may follow. And stay here as we exhale, perhaps a little bend into the right knee this time. And continue your breath. Consciously flowing it in and out of the body. Last inhale. Exhale, release, left hand comes down. You can walk the feet back together if they're wider. Let's take an inhale, lift up halfway and lengthen, reestablish the length and symmetry of the spine. And then exhale, gently release, hands come down to the earth. We'll step back to downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in through the nose here. And an exhale, perhaps through the mouth with a gentle sigh. And reestablishing a strong, balanced breath here. And again, flow with breath and movement as one. Let's take an inhale, reach the right leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, shift forward into plank pose, bringing the right knee into the chest, shoulders come over the wrists. Inhale back to three-legged downward dog, right leg reaches all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, bring the right knee into the right elbow. Inhale, stretches you up and back, three-legged downward dog. Exhale, bringing the right knee to the left elbow for a gentle twist, strong core. And inhale, push it back, three-legged dog. Keep the leg lifted, stay here as you exhale, bending the right knee. Open up the hips, bringing the right hip on top of the left. Working towards keeping the shoulders nice and square, so continue pressing into the palms evenly. Also allowing the left heel to come heavy as the right knee lifts. You may stay here for another couple breaths, or if wild things in your practice allow the right heel to become heavy, you can flip your dog, allowing the ball of the right foot to come down, press into the left palm, lift up from the back of the heart, and reach the right hand back. Breathe. Just as carefully as you flipped over, we'll return to three-legged downward dog. Right hand comes back down to the earth. Right leg reaches up to the sky. Take a big inhalation. Exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands into high lunge. Fingertips stay down. Okay. Take a couple breaths here, squaring out the hips, leveling the hips, making sure to keep that right ankle directly beneath the right knee. Left thighs engaged, heel pushing back. Strengthening through the core, reaching the crown of the head forward as the shoulders draw down and back away from the ears. From here, we'll tent the left fingertips down. On your inhale, we'll peel the right arm up to the sky, coming into a gentle twist. So lower body stays the same. The hips remain level and square. Allow the twist to come from the belly, opening up across the chest. And the gaze can be down at the left hand. If this is too much for your neck, it can be neutral. Or if you have the space, bringing it all the way up to gaze at your right fingertips. And stay here and breathe a couple more cycles. If you'd like to take it a little bit deeper, we can move into side plank. You can bring your gaze down for stability. Start to shift your weight onto the left palm, roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. We'll step the right foot back to stack on top of the left. So the full variation, our body's in one straight line, right arm reaching up to the sky. If this is too much, you may lower your left knee for a little bit more support. And wherever you are, opening up into that side body. So right hip rolls back onto the left, shoulders are stacked, and gaze is up towards the fingertips if you have the space. Let's take one more breath in together here. And exhale, release the right hand down. We'll step back into downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in together. And a full breath out. On your next inhale, we'll lift the left leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, shifting our weight forward, bringing the left knee into the chest. Shoulders come over the wrists. Inhale, lengthen, three-legged downward dog. Left leg reaches up and back. Exhale, bring the left knee to the left elbow. Breath guides you back. Inhale, stretch up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to the right elbow. And inhale, making your way back, three-legged downward dog. Keep the leg lifted as you exhale. We'll bend the knees, stack the hips, this time left on top of right. Shoulders square, press down into the palms, right heel heavy. And breathe. You can stay right here. If you'd like to flip your dog, bring the left ball of the foot down. Press down into the earth, the right palm, lifting from the back of the heart, expanding across the chest as the left fingertips reach up and back. Good. Last breath wherever you are. We'll make our way back to three-legged downward dog, moving slowly, mindfully as we transition. Take a big inhale, reaching up through the left leg. Exhale, step forward into high lunge. Left foot comes between the hands, landing beneath the left knee. Long line of energy from the crown of the head through the right heel. Shoulders drawing down the back. Keeping the lower body as it is. You can plant the right palm down into the earth or to a block if you have one. And take an inhale into easy twist. Left arm reaches up to the sky. And gaze can be down, neutral, or all the way up towards the left fingertips. And breathe into the belly here. Keep the breath steady. It's your anchor to return to. When things become challenging, we can steady the mind, focusing on the breath. You can stay right here for a couple more cycles, or if side planks in your practice, bring your gaze down for stability. Start to shift the weight onto the right palm, roll into the outer edge of the right foot, and the left foot steps back to stack on top. Good, opening up across the chest as we reach up through the left fingertips. If this is too much, we can lower the right knee for a bit more support. The knee will come right underneath the right hip. Reestablishing our posture, our breath. Great, take one more inhale here, wherever you are. And then an exhale, the left hand comes down. We'll step back into downward facing dog. Breathe in together. And a full breath out. On your next inhale, we'll bring the right leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot forward between the hands into high lunge. Left fingertips stay down. Take an inhale, peel the right arm all the way up to the sky. Exhale, ground down through the feet. Prepare to rise all the way up to standing. So allow the right fingertips to guide you. Inhale, coming all the way up until we're in a crescent lunge twist with the arms spread wide. And deepen by bending deeper into the right knee. A deeper stretch into the hip flexors. From here, we'll reverse our warrior. Gently inhale, bringing the right hand to the back of the left thigh. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale. Take one more inhale here. And an exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Both hands land on the inside of the right foot, preparing for lizard pose. You may walk the right foot to the edge of the mat, making space for the hips. You may stay in high lizard, or you may lower the left knee and untuck the toes. Staying up on the palms, or if you have the space, you may make your way down onto your forearms. Really important to tune into your breath here as we take a deeper stretch into our hips. place where we often accumulate a lot of tension or stagnant energy. So allow the breath to dissolve that with each cycle. Imagine smoothing out any tension that you're finding in your breath, allowing that to dissolve any tension that you may be finding within your hips. Three more breaths here, elongating and balancing the breath cycle. If you're down on your forearms, you may start to make your way out, coming back up onto the palms. Spread your fingers wide, press down into the palms, curl your left toes under, and step back, downward facing dog. And take a couple breaths here to reset. If you need to pedal your feet, move your hips side to side. It's returning back to your neutral and finding a breath that matches that. On your next inhale, we'll bring the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it forward between the hands, coming into high lunge. Right fingertips stay down. On your inhale, peel the left arm up to the sky. Gaze may follow. Establish the foundation, pressing down into your feet. On your inhale, rise all the way up to standing. So we're in a crescent lunge twist with the arms spread wide. Expanding across the chest with each breath cycle. Deepening by bending into the left knee. On your next inhale, we'll come into a reverse warrior variation, tilting back. Left hand to the back of the right thigh, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Stay here as you exhale. Take an inhale, lengthening, reaching up through the fingertips. And exhale, cartwheel both hands down, both palms land on the inside of the left foot. You can walk the left foot to the edge of your mat, making space to prepare for lizard pose. You may stay in high lizard or lowering the right knee and tucking the toes. If you have the space, slowly making your way down onto your forearms. And with the breath to allow this pose to unfold. So no need to force, simply letting go of tension in the body as we let go of each exhale. And breath by breath, we go deeper. Perhaps both into the posture as well as to our own internal landscape. Return to your breath if you've lost it. Take 3 more cycles. And preparing to transition out, slowly making your way back up onto your palms. If you're on your forearms, spread your fingers, press into the earth, curl your right toes under, and step the left foot back to meet the right for downward facing dog. And take a couple breaths to reset here, pedaling your feet, moving your hips, reestablishing your breath. Breathe in together, full breath out. And slowly walk your feet up towards your hands, making your way into standing forward fold at the top of your mat. And keep a micro bend in the knees here, supporting the low back. And just noticing any shifts or changes that have occurred, any places of expansion within your body or beyond. Breathe in and out. On your next inhale, we'll rise up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink the hips down and the arms come up. So we want to keep the length in the lower back here. So nice strong core, nice strong lifted heart. Energy up through the palms. Breathe in and out. Weights in the heels, so you can perhaps even lift the toes. Good, take one more breath in. And an exhale, coming into standing forward fold. Extend the legs, hinge at the hips, and let it all go. Just hanging out here. Feeling the blood flow back through the legs. This energy and heat circulating through your body. Another breath in. Full breath out. Take one more breath cycle here. Preparing to come back into chair pose on your inhale. Sink the hips down and back, arms come up. Exhale, join the palms together, bring them down in front of the heart. We'll come into chair twist to the right. So twisting to the right, the left elbow will come to the outside edge of the right thigh. And we breathe. So keep the heart lifting up to meet this prayer. Hips stay level. Knees stay in line. Take another breath in. Full breath out. Start to make our way into crescent lunge twist. So you may bring your gaze down for balance. Start to shift the weight onto the right foot and very carefully lift the left foot, step it all the way to the back of the mat. Ball of the foot comes down, engage back through the heel. And when you establish that foundation, you may turn your gaze up towards the sky, deepening your twist. A couple more breaths here. Keep the palms active, chest opening. Breath full into the belly. Last breath in. Full breath out. On your inhale, we'll rise up into crescent lunge. Arms reach up to the sky. And exhale, lion's breath, cactus the arms. Breathe through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, lion's breath. Sigh through the mouth. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Inhale, arms rise up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. And we'll step forward, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, releasing the twist. And exhale, release, standing forward fold. Inhale, preparing, coming up into chair pose, Utkatasana, hips down, arms up. Join your palms, exhale, hands come to prayer at the heart center, and we'll twist to the left. Right elbow comes to the outer left thigh. Actively press the palms to keep the heart lifting up to meet that prayer. Working towards stacking the shoulders as we deepen our twist. And breathe into the belly, in and out. Start to shift your gaze down as we prepare to step back into our crescent lunge twist. Shift your weight to the left foot. Carefully pick your right foot up. Step it all the way to the back of the mat. Ball of the foot comes down. Engage through the right heel. Press through the palms and lift your gaze up towards the sky if you have the space. And a couple more breaths here, feeling the heat start to build within the body, knowing that we will release it through our lion's breath. Feeling the inner fire. Take one more breath cycle here. On your inhale, we'll come all the way up into crescent lunge. Arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, lion's breath, cactus the arms, sigh through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhale fully. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, hands come down to frame the left foot. We'll step forward into standing forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift to release our twist. Halfway lift, hands come to the shins, spine elongates, and exhale, release. Let the head, neck, and shoulders be nice and heavy. Keep a micro bend in the knees, and we'll slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time on the inhale. As you come to your full length, lift the shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, release them down the back, palms facing forward. Breathe in and out. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Once more. Exhale, hinge at the hips. We'll fold forward. Uttanasana, standing forward folds. You can walk the feet out to the edges of the mat. Toes point out about 45 degrees. And preparing to come down into Malasana yogic squat. Bend the knees, lower the tailbone down to the earth. You can use your hands as supports on the mats, or if you have the space, bring your hands together in front of the heart center in prayer. Keep the heart lifting up, shoulders draw down the back. And the elbows are energetically assisting the opening of the hips, gently guiding the knees out. And inviting fluidity into the shape. So not only through the breath, but perhaps a gentle movement. You can gently shift side to side, exploring your hips, exploring what's released, and what still may need a little more assistance in releasing. From here, we'll release the left hand down to the earth. Take an inhale, reach the right arm all the way up to the sky. Gaze follows, stretch across the chest. Stay here as you exhale. Good, last couple breaths. Inhale, reaching up through the right fingertips. And exhale, release. Both hands come to prayer at the heart center. And release the right arm down to the earth. Fingertips come down. Inhale, left arm reaches up to the sky. Gaze may follow. Stay as you exhale. And take a couple breaths. Keep pressing in all corners of your feet. Good. One more inhalation. Exhale, release. Left hand comes down. We'll join the palms together again in front of the heart. Take another inhale, lifting the heart up. Shoulders draw down the back. And exhale, gently release the hands, perhaps behind you. We're coming down to our seat, so gently supporting yourself as you come down. Preparing for seated forward fold, extend the legs out in front of you. You may even give your legs a little shake here. It's allowing the hips to come back to neutral after a deep yogic squat. And establishing your foundation, rooting down into your seat. Extending the legs or gentle micro bend in the knees. Feet flexed, toes active. And then sitting up nice and tall. So shoulders are stacking over the hips, shoulders draw down the back. On your inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, seated forward fold, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Perhaps the hands reach the feet, or they can gently come down to the mat alongside the legs, so that we're not straining at all in the shoulders or reaching from the shoulders. The length is coming from the heart center. So each inhalation, imagine reaching the heart forward. And each exhale, folding a little bit deeper. And staying with that breath a few more times. Inhale for length. Exhale to fold. And keep moving with the breath to go deeper into the posture. Last full cycle. Good. On your next inhale, rise up with the flat back, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands circle back behind you, plant the palms behind the hips, fingertips facing forward if you can. Point the toes down to the earth. On your inhale, lift the chest up, perhaps the hips lift as well, coming into inclined plane. The gaze can be down towards the toes, up towards the sky, or all the way back. And take one more big breath here into the chest, lifting the heart. And exhale, release, hips come down to the earth slowly. Good. We'll bend the right knee, planting the foot about a fist distance away from the left thigh. Keep both sitting bones rooted into the earth. And we'll take an inhale, reach both arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, twisting to the right. Bring the right hand behind the hips. Left arm can hug around the right thigh or hook onto the outer edge of the right thigh. So the right arm is just there for stability here. We're not leaning too much weight back on it, but using it to root down so we can lift up, keeping length for the spine, and deepening our twists with each breath cycle. So imagine the inhale traveling up the spine, up through the crown of the head, establishing length. And exhale, twisting from the belly, gazing over the right shoulder, chest remains open. Few more breaths like that. Last exhale, emptying the breath completely. On your inhale, unwind, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, left hand comes down beside the left hip. Roll into the outer edge of the left foot. Take an inhale, press down to lift the hips up. Right arm reaches back behind you. Opening up across the chest. One more big inhalation. And exhale, slowly release the hips back down to the earth. Preparing for Jaanu Sheersh-asana. Bring the right foot into the inner left thigh. Right knee opens up. Left heel in line with the left hip. Again, finding nice long spine, shoulders stack over the hips. We'll take an inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And an exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Perhaps the hands reach the foot or the arms can just release alongside the left leg. You soften the shoulders and continue lengthening from the heart center with each inhale and guiding yourself deeper on the exhale. A few more breaths here on your own. Last exhale, folding in. On your inhale, rise all the way up, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, right hand comes beside the right hip, down to the earth. Roll into the inside edge of the left foot. Press down to lift up, coming onto the right knee for our counter stretch. Opening up across the chest and side body, full expansion on the inhale. And exhale, slowly release the hips back down to the earth. Do the same thing on the opposite side, so extend the right leg. Bend the left knee, plant the left foot down about a fist distance away from the right thigh. Stay grounded and rooted in your sitting bones. Inhale, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. Left hand comes behind you, right arm hooks or hugs around the left thigh. And using the breath here as your tool to deepen. So inhale, breath travels up the length of the spine, up through the crown of the head. As we push the breath out on the exhale, belly draws in and we twist a little deeper. A few more breath cycles on your own. Great, last exhale here. Inhale, unwind, reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, float the right hand down beside the right hip to the earth. Roll into the outer edge of the right foot. And inhale, press down to lift up. Hips lift up, left arm reaches back. We stay as we exhale. Find one more full inhale, expansion. And exhale, release, hips down to the earth. Left foot comes down into the inner right thigh, Jaanu Sheersh-asana. Engage the right foot, toes peel back. Inhale, arms come up to the sky. Exhale, hinge from the hips, fold forward. And again, the hands can come to the foot or down to the mat beside the right leg. And relaxing the left knee, the hips. Invite the breath to expand into the low back. And use your breath cycle to deepen the shape. Each inhale, finding more length, more space. And exhale, moving into it, letting go. Few more breath cycles here. Calming the mind, returning to what is present. Last exhale. Inhale, rise up with a flat back, arms come up to the sky. Exhale, left hand floats down to the earth beside the left hip. Roll into the inside edge of the right foot, press down to lift up. Inhale, hips lift, right arm reaches back. Exhale. One more full inhale, stretching from fingertip to toe tip. And exhale, release, hips come down to the earth. And hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze here. And let's neutralize the spine with just a seated cat-cow here. Inhale, arch the spine, gazing up, shoulders draw down the back. And exhale, rounding the spine, leaning back, perhaps slightly as the chin comes down into the chest. We'll do that once more. Inhaling, arching, gazing up, opening. And exhale, releasing. And inhale, let's come back to neutral. Nice tall spine. Preparing for Navasana, boat pose. Start to shift the weight onto your sitting bones. The hands can come to the front of the shins or the backs of the thighs. Keep the spine nice and tall. Core activated. Slowly shift your weight onto your seats, letting the feet become light. And perhaps the feet lift up. And start by bringing the shins parallel to the earth. If the breath is steady and comfortable here, you may stay here, or going deeper, releasing the arms, and perhaps then extending the legs. Good. Let's breathe in one more time, lifting up. Gently exhale, cross the ankles, roll over the knees, and we'll push back to child's pose. Hips come to the heels. And settling into this shape, returning to your breath. Balanced cycle of inhale and exhale. Balanced energy of giving and receiving. And from here, we'll make our way into headstand. So we'll take several preparatory postures. Feel free to stop anywhere along the way that feels comfortable and stable. Or if headstand's in your practice, you may continue the journey all the way up. So begin by shifting onto your hands and your hands and your knees. Come down onto our forearms. Take hold of opposite elbows with the hands. This is the distance we want to maintain as we come into our inversion. So now go ahead and release the elbows, interlace the fingers. Open the palms. Now pressing the outside edges of the hands and the forearms strongly into the earth. We're making a little basket with our hands. From there, we'll place the crown of the head onto the earth. That's the very top flat part of the head, cradling the back of the head with the palms. Now notice here if your elbows have started to splay out at all. We want to maintain that distance, so keeping them tractioning in, forearms pressed down firmly into the earth. And this may be enough today, so feel free to pause here, breathing, establishing the strength and alignment here. Or you may curl the toes under, lift the knees and lift the hips. From here, you can walk the feet in a little closer to the elbows, letting the hips start to stack over the shoulders. Another great place to pause and breathe. Or if you feel comfortable, perhaps you lift one leg and then the other, coming up into Sheersh-asana, headstand. Core is strong, legs are active, feet are active. So spread the toes. Feel every cell in your body working together as one, with breath as the anchor. And stay for as long as you feel steady. And when you're ready, you can slowly make your way back down into child's pose. We'll all meet there. Taking a moment to pause and receive this posture. Come back to neutral, back to balance. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax head, neck, shoulders. Relax any tension, relax any excitement from going upside down. And return to calm, balanced body and mind. From here, press into the palms, spread your fingers. We'll take an inhale, shift forward into tabletop. Exhale, walk your knees up to the top of the mat. Cross your ankles behind you. Swing your legs around and we'll roll onto our backs, preparing for shoulder stand and plow pose. So making sure you have enough space on your mat behind you. So coming down onto your back, we'll first begin by coming into plow pose in preparation for shoulder stand. So feet come overhead, hips stack over the shoulders. You can support the lower back with the hands. Be sure to keep your head neutral here, neck nice and long. So you can walk your elbows in a little bit closer together. Walking the hands up the back. And coming into shoulder stand, we'll lift one leg all the way up to the sky, and then the other leg. Working towards getting our body in one straight line with the heels over the hips, over the shoulders. Core is strong, legs are active, breath is full. So continue to breathe here on your own, clearing the mind, rebalancing our energy by working these inversions, allowing the blood to flow back down into the heart space. And take a few more cycles here, or as you're ready, we'll release down into plow pose. Releasing the feet one at a time back overhead. If your toes come down and you feel stable, you may release the hands from the lower back and either palms into the earth or interlacing the fingers and pressing the forearms and the outer edges of the hands into the earth. Keep the hips lifting upward, strong core. If the toes are down, press down into the balls of the feet and push the heels back. Smooth the breath along the throat. We'll take a few more cycles here. Carefully, if your hands are interlaced, release them, palms to the earth, and press down into the palms to slowly control your roll all the way down the back. So coming down one vertebra at a time, using your core, and gently as your hips reach the earth, you can bend the knees and plant the feet to the earth, preparing for bridge pose. For bridge pose, we'll plant the feet hip distance apart. Walk the feet in closer to the hips. Perhaps the fingertips can graze the backs of the heels and the shoulders down away from the ears. On your inhale, press down into the feet to lift the hips up. Exhale, stay here. You may roll the shoulders under the body for a little more lift if that's in your practice. Perhaps interlacing the fingers once more for a little bit more traction. And press firmly into the feet to maintain that lift, allowing your legs to do the work here so the heart can receive. Inner thighs engaged, glutes soft, breath full. Take a few more full cycles here, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Expanding the breath across the chest as we energetically expand our capacity here to give and receive. And carefully release your hands if they're interlaced. Untuck the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down, one vertebra at a time. Hips release to the earth. We'll take a moment to neutralize the spine. You may walk the feet a little bit wider. Allow the knees to fall in towards each other. Bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. Close the eyes and just tune in to your breath. Feeling how it moves, feeling how it serves this practice. As you're ready, we'll start to make our way into reclined pigeon pose. So bringing the feet back to hip distance apart. Knees come apart, stacked over the ankles. And then we'll cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Thread the needle, reach the right arm in between the legs, clasp both hands behind the left thigh, and gently hug the left knee into the chest. Left shin comes parallel to the earth, both feet flexed and active. The right elbow can gently guide the right knee open. And the whole spine long against the mat. Back of the neck all the way down through the tailbone. Keep the chest broadening, elbows soft. Invite the breath into the hips, dissolving any tension you may be finding there. Take a few more breaths in and out. Last breath in. Gently release your grip. Exhale, release the left foot back down to the earth. Cross the right leg all the way over the left. We'll gently scoot the hips a few inches to the right and lower both knees to the left for our supine twist. Arms can expand out to the sides, either extended or elbows bent. The gaze can be to the right, neutral, or to the left, finding a comfortable position for your neck. As we breathe here and soften, feeling the chest release, feeling the belly soften, and feeling the back of the heart make that connection with the earth beneath you. Tuning into your own subtle rhythms once more as we wind down our practice. Last breath in, and perhaps breathing out with a sigh. On your inhale, bring the knees back up through neutral, uncrossing the legs, and readjusting on your mat so the spine is nice and long. We'll prepare for the second side. So coming into reclined pigeon, left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Left arm reaches in between the legs and both hands take a grasp behind the right thigh. Right shin comes parallel to the earth, both feet flexed and active. Elbows soft as the chest broadens, and we're working towards opening the hips. So the left elbow may be used as a gentle guide to the left knee. And invite in an expansive breath here. Take one more inhale, hugging the right knee in a little bit closer. Releasing your grip as you exhale. Right foot comes down to the earth. Cross the left leg all the way over the right. And scoot the hips gently over to the left. Both knees release over to the right. Release the arms out to your sides, expanding across the chest and finding a comfortable gaze. To the right, neutral, or towards the left fingertips to take it deeper. And unraveling completely here with each cycle of breath, dissolving any last bits of tension that you're finding as you tune into your own internal landscape. Belly softens. Back of the heart melts down to the earth as we remember our own divine connection to all that is. Last breath in, and breathe out with a sigh. Inhale, bring the knees back through neutral, uncrossing the legs. And exhale here, hugging your knees into your chest. As we readjust on our mat, you can come back to neutral and take a little rocking with the knees, side to side, or little circles in each direction. As we neutralize the twist, massage out the low back, and recalibrate our hips. Making sure to balance out any movements in one direction with movements in the opposite direction until you return to a complete state of balance and harmony. And as you're ready, we'll move into happy baby pose. Open up the knees, take hold of the outside edges of the feet with the hands, and drawing the knees down towards the side body. Ankles stacked over the knees and whole spine along the mat, from back of the neck all the way down through the tailbone. If you're comfortable, you can gently rock side to side, massaging out the lower back, moving deeper into the hips, cultivating that final release. Take a couple more breaths here. And as you're ready, you can release the hands, hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. Any last little rocking or massaging you'd like to do, you can take the knees in a couple circles once more, each direction. And then we'll open up into reclined butterfly pose. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bottoms of the feet come together. Release the feet down close to the hips. Knees release open. And arms can reach alongside the body, palms facing up. Or gently place the palms somewhere nurturing over the body. Either the hips, the belly, and the heart, or anywhere else that's calling you. It's a great place to close the eyes. Invite your awareness deeper within. Just watching the breath move in and out of the body. Washing through any last bits of tension, any last thoughts. Each cycle helping you soften and relax. So that as we make our way closer to our final posture, Shavasana, we may arrive there in that state, ready to receive the gifts of our practice. Let the lower back soften to the earth, the back of the heart soften to the earth. A couple more breaths here. You may choose to stay here a bit longer, or whenever you're ready, gently bring your hands to the outer edges of the thighs and gently use the arms to help close the knees. And then slowly extending the legs along the mat, coming into your final posture, Shavasana. And the legs extend, the feet relax. The hips soften. Arms extend out to the sides with the palms facing up, shoulders away from the ears. And gently guiding your awareness to each part of your body, inviting each cell to soften. Relaxing your toes, the inner arches of the feet. Relaxing your calves, your thighs. Allowing the hips to broaden, the glutes to relax. You can soften through the belly as well as the low back. Let the breath return to its natural rhythm. Soften through the chest and the shoulders. Relax all the muscles in the arms. Lighten through the fingertips. Let go of the jaw. Soften the mouth. Relax the tongue. Soften your eyelids and your brow. Your whole body is relaxed. As the body comes to this point of stillness, allow the mind to meet it there. I'm staying here for a few moments, completely absorbed in this now moment, relaxing and receiving. Start to bring your awareness back to your breath. Breathing in and out of the belly, this energy center in the body. And inviting that energy to recirculate through the body, expanding all the way down to your fingers and toes. Feeling every cell come back to life. Come back to awareness. And with that awareness, we may invite some subtle movements in, just gently moving your fingers and toes. And perhaps inviting in a full body stretch. Extend the arms overhead, point the toes, fill up completely with an inhalation. Exhale, bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. And gratitude for your practice, for this body, for this moment. Keeping your eyes closed, we'll slowly transition. First, rolling over to one side, pausing there as long as you need to. Inviting this state of stillness to come with you as you move into the rest of your day. As you're ready, make your way back up to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Taking a moment here to return to your body, return to your breath, receive the gifts of your practice. We'll close this journey with the sound of one Om together. Take a breath in and a full breath out. And inhale together for Om. Namaste.